Welcome back to another report of the games I've been playing during the week. And this week I played two games, starting off with Croc Legend of the Gobbos. So I made it to the fourth world, which is the castle region, and supposedly that is the hardest region to complete. And there are 5 regions in total, but the 5th region is only unlockable if you get all the jigsaw pieces. And I'm not sure if I'm going to actually do that. I may just roll credits with the fourth world and then move on. And I am enjoying the game somewhat, but it is a little frustrating given the game design from back in the 90s. So I did have to farm for lives, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So after you grab the hearts to increase your life count, you can actually quit to the overworld. So you don't have to complete the level, which is nice, but still, you still have to grind for lives because you are going to die a lot. And when you like run and then you try to jump off the ledge to get to the next platform, sometimes Croc doesn't jump when you tell him to. He'll just run off of the platform instead. That has happened to me countless times and has frustrated me as well. But overall, I'm glad I decided to relive the nostalgia of this game. And I don't like it as much as I did as a kid now that I've progressed further than I ever did as a kid. But still, you know, I've had my fun with it and I will finish the game. I should have it finished by next week's episode. So that was Croc and the Legend of the Gobbos. So now the only other game I played during this week is of course Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Now, I've put in, I think, 12 to 13 hours into the game. I'm currently in Act 2, and so far I'm really enjoying this game. I'm really enjoying the combat, especially the story and the voice acting. It's absolutely top-notch, and even though this is a AA game, they really maximize the budget for this game. And Charlie Cox as Gustav is incredible. I really like his performance, and the fact that this is his first voice role in a video game is astounding, because when you hear his performance you think he's been doing voice work like this for a long time. And of course it helps that he's an actor, so he can really sell you the character. And I really like the mechanics in this game with the pictos, which is basically perks that you equipped on your characters, and these give you certain abilities like 50% damage after a successful dodge or parry, things of that nature. And what's really cool, there's this other mechanic called Lumina, and they're basically what the pictos are. So after you level up your pictos, you unlock its ability as a passive ability. So if you have a Pictos that, for instance, gives you 50% extra damage after a parry, then you can attach that ability with Lumina on other characters while they don't have that Pictos equipped on them currently, which is really cool and really allows you to experiment and mix and match with different combos to best suit your playstyle. And it really gives more depth into this game. And of course, there's also a camp feature in this game, so when you're out exploring the open world, you can set up camp anywhere and you can interact with your party members and bond with them, or write in your journal to really write down everything that you've experienced so far. And of course you can upgrade your weapons, your Lumina count, as well as other things like your elixirs and stuff, which is really cool. And I'm just genuinely surprised the ambition of this team with this game, where you can tell they didn't compromise on anything, yet it doesn't boggle down the experience, because we have seen games in the past where their ambition was their downfall because they overdone it by putting all ideas onto the game and it really dumbed down the experience or overwhelmed you with the experience. Not in this game. Like, their ambition is pretty great, but everything that they implemented is done very well. And yeah, overall it's a great game with a great story, and I'm not exploring every nook and cranny in this game as probably other people are, but I am, going out of my way, doing other stuff. And there are side quests in this game, but not in the traditional way. So there's these enemies that are called Nevrons. That's the basic enemies of the game. But there's these neutral ones that are colored white, that when you talk to them, they tell you that they have a predicament, and you can help them with whatever their predicament is. And usually it's around the area, but that's pretty cool that they added something like that is not the usual side quest that you would normally see in an RPG. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this game and experiencing the rest of the story, because the story is very emotional, very dark. And that's another thing I want to mention, that if you're someone that is very sensitive on the emotional roller coaster that this game will probably take you, then just be wary of that. It is covered dark topics and stuff, but overall a very great experience, and I'm glad I gave this game a chance, because like I mentioned before, my GameStop told me that I was one of 3 other people that pre-ordered the game at their store. So when the game came out and everybody from the critic standpoint reviewed this game and gave it a really good score, the game skyrocketed in popularity, and now the physical copies are hard to get right now because of the demand, and I'm glad I pre-ordered it when I did. But yeah, if you really want to experience a narrative rich RPG, I highly recommend this one. Now I'm hoping to beat this game before Doom the Dark Ages comes out, because I want to play that game. I also want to play Death Stranding Director's Cut. I'm hoping that I'm able to play and beat Death Stranding Director's Cut before the second game comes out, but I don't see that being in the realm of possibility. But I will give that game another go. So that was everything I had to say on Clair Obscur Expedition 33. So that was Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Like I always ask you, what was the games that you've played during the week? What are your thoughts on them, and what are you looking forward to in the rest of this month? Anyways guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.